Well, most of you are already standing.
Our flag is downstairs at the voting booth.
Oh, our flag is downstairs. Well, can we still
We can make
stand? The
one.
flag is not here, but can we still stand and say the pledge?
Stealth with the flag on the shoulder.
Okay. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and I hope everyone has. And. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, but in fairness, given his time to come and do this presentation to us. If you could introduce yourself to everyone and then tell us what your potential project is.
All right.
They all came for you, so.
I'm Robert Reinwald. I'm working on the Eagle project. I'm gonna do I'm gonna like redo or like make the tower at the airport look a little nicer. It's not like run down, but like it's like not as nice as it could be. I've got a little presentation. My laptop. Can I hook up to that TV? Would I be able to?
With the owl, I'm not sure.
Right here. I don't know. If he could have. Truly, I've known.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, or he can zoom and then hit the share button on Zoom.
Yeah.
I don't know if my last one.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You want me to share the document to you? Would that work? And then-
Well, because I'm not on my email on this one, it's not gonna work.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up there with.
Yeah, stand at the head of the table and if you
See
can.
how that works. Right, I hope at least some people can see this. So again, I'm gonna be working on I wanna work on the tower at the airport. Just because I think it's in a nice spot and I think why not do it? So what I want to do is the tower right now isn't being used for anything besides just storage for whoever has access to it. So I was thinking like I can make it look nice. You could use it to sell like concessions or more storage and just make sure like it can actually be used for something and it's not just sitting there being kind of wasted. So like the first things I want to do to it is make sure it's like safe, because as of right now, from what I've been told, there's a lot of keys to it and we're not really sure who has a key to the tower. So that's like the first thing I want to do is just change the locks. After that, there's stairs going up the stairs, there's no railings, and that's the last thing I want to happen is someone to fall down and hit their head on something. So I'm gonna install two railings or one railing on either side, just so people can go upstairs and look around. Because it's a nice view up there. You know, I don't just want it to be used for just storage. The next thing I want to do is I just want to make sure like it's usable and safe. Inside there are like light fixtures with no lights in them, but there's wiring to them. So I just want to make sure like the wiring is like complete and you can use them as lights. So if it's like 8 o'clock or dark outside, you're not walking around the building in the dark, you could actually see what you're looking at. And when we do that, my dad works with a licensed electrician and his friend said that he could help and like make sure everything is safe and there won't be any like worries or issues or non-safety things. Yeah.
That's one of the things with the Boy Scouts, after he gets approval from the town, you've got to get approval from the Boy Scout Council. And the main thing there is safety and security, so Robbie said that there's going to be no kids using power tools, it'll all be done by also volunteering, especially with the licensed electrician. Having someone there, it again protects the town and all the people who are working there.
And make sure that you would maybe also work with the zoning officer if there's any potential permitting that would be
Yeah.
required as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like he said, all the power tools are gonna be used by the adults. I don't want a little kid using like a saw or something, chopping the finger off. Yeah. So another thing I want to do is just add some like shelving or storage where it's not just all on the ground. Right now, there's no shelving, so you kind of just have to walk around everything. If I had this up here, I wish I had it up here so you could like see like what it is now. It's just like a ton of boxes and just stuff from the town that just kind of in the side and the corners up against the walls. It's just basically it's a big mess.
It's a lot of old awards and ribbons from when the Lions Club used to host the horse show up there, and all their signs, their Santa Ford signs that they used over the years.
So outside, I also want to make the outside look nice, so there's like a couple spots. This sucks not having it up here, but there's like a couple spots where like it looks like it might have been hit by like a lawnmower or something, so I want to take those corner boards off and just replace them. I was also thinking of possibly painting them white, just so they, like the corners white, so they stand out more. And I'm also, the outside doesn't really have a whole lot of work to do, it's just kind of touch ups, like maybe pressure wash some like moss and stuff off. Replace the shingles or something, stuff like, it's just small stuff, it's nothing huge. There's more pictures, if you can see them. So the main reason I want to do this is because I think it's in like a really good location. The Boy Scouts and the Renegades, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do little horse shows there, and the Boy Scouts have run the balloons out, and that's how our troop makes money. I think it's just every time I go there, I see the tower and I just question why they don't use it for something. So I just want to like have at least there be some reason that the tower's used. Like I just don't want it to be there and just know it's only there for storage because it's in a really nice spot. I have a picture here of like it's like a satellite view and you could see all the rings from it. You can see like you could see the firehouse, you could see the road. It's just been a nice spot. You could use it as like a sightseeing tower as well if you wanted to, but that's one of the main reasons. And another reason I wanted to was for George McDonald. I was told that the tower is going to be when I was going to do the tower, it's going to be put in his name.
We
And
have
say,
a plaque that was made
Yes.
and it was dedicated to him already, so we do have a plaque.
okay.
Okay.
So it's gonna be dedicated to him, and as long as I've been a Boy Scout, I've helped out with the Lions Club. And every time I would see him there, just being involved with the town, so I always thought that was really cool. I mean, I could tell from just like the 6 or 7 years I've been a Boy Scout, that he's done a lot for the town. And he's been part of the Lions Club for 40 years. Yeah. Yeah, forever. So I just know that he's done a lot for the town. I think this would be like a good spot to commemorate him. So my budget, or like the estimated budget I've like worked out is around $300 to $400. It's not overly expensive. It's just a lot of wood, because wood's really expensive now because of the pandemic and all that. That's the wood is really the most expensive part. Everything else is kind of cheap. And thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Can I ask him a couple questions?
Sure.
Okay, I don't, since the day that thing was built, I've been in and out and in and out and in and out. There are just a couple things I think you ought to be aware of. One is that over those two door overhangs are sinking and pulling off the side of the building because of their own weight, and there's a structural integrity problem.
Okay.
And the other is that water, because apparently it wasn't leveled correctly, water leaks under the front wall and pools inside under the counter.
Okay. I didn't know that, so thank you for telling me.
Yes, I think that's probably. important, and the Lions do still use it for storage.
Yeah, of course, I don't wanna just get rid of
Yeah.
everything, I know it's gonna be used for storage, but I also want it to be used.
Oh, I
for
think it looks like a wonderful project. I just don't want to accidentally, like, have somebody going in and out that door. I lost my key, so I don't know what happened. But have that-
I got the new lock set for you already, so see me on. I'll get you the lock set.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions about it?
And the building is owned by the town?
Yes.
Yes. Well, Connie just asked a question, so Connie, I hope you heard that answer.
And
Okay,
then you're gonna come
Thank you.
see me and we'll take care of the paperwork and
Yeah.
building department, all that stuff.
I'm gonna ask the Board of Selectmen, do we want to make a decision right at this moment to approve, or do you want to wait till the end of the meeting under other business to have a further discussion so that we can move the other items along?
I'm good with
Yeah,
approving
I'm
it
good with
now.
approving it. Just want to make sure that there's somebody like Don.
Well, I met
there.
him, we met over there a month ago and
Yeah.
it's all pretty good. It's a
So
good
you're
shot.
trying to.
Structurally,
He's
kind of
gonna, he's
keep in
gonna come in front of the
contact.
board, he's gonna talk to the building inspector, he's gonna talk to whoever, so
Yeah,
it's all,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm good.
we're in
All
good
right,
shape.
who wants to make the motion to approve the
I'll
project?
make a motion.
I'll
Second, any further discussions or questions to the owner? Call all in favor?
Aye.
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 Well, we're all in favor, so there's
Give me a
no
call,
names or,
we'll set it up.
so you're all set to go.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Just, like I say, if you have any questions, talk to Mr. Shea and he'll give you a hand. And we'll move from there.
All right, thank you.
Make sure you go.
Well, permits,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
about permits and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
I go just like he's a contractor, we're gonna put him through all the hoops.
who is speaking? Okay,
Okay.
if you would be actually kind enough to stand at that end of the table, because apparently it picks up on the Zoom pretty well, so you can
Well, we'll
arm
just-
wrestle as to who goes
Can I
first.
just go up as you need?
Yeah,
Yeah.
however you sign in first or whatever, just. stand
Whatever
here
order
with
you guys
him
wanna
so
do.
you know, up on that corner over there where Robbie was standing, so.
Okay.
And as I say, if you could also, since we have several people making comments, kind of keep them on the short side. And just introduce yourself first as you speak to the group. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pat Amaro. I live at 419 Bethmore Road, and I'm here to speak about the proposed solar photovoltaic facility that they want to put across the street from my home, 428 Bethmore Road. We got together as a group of neighbors, the neighborhood, and we're trying to fight this together cohesively. And for many reasons, which I'm sure people will add to, but mainly, we're worried about the groundwater. Because we have wells on 3 sides of this property. There's Glenwood Court, Rolling Green Road, and Bethmore Road. Homes and wells, septic systems are surrounding this property. We're also concerned about the high voltage that will be there. And there are wetlands there. There is abundant wildlife there, including bobcats, and Don has seen eagles there. All kinds of, different wildlife that we're concerned about. And we don't feel that this project is going to be beneficial for the town. Definitely not for our neighborhood. Our property values will go down 30 to 40%. And when we all move to that neighborhood, we move there because it's in a rural area and residentially zoned. So this is something that we are fighting together. And whoever's next.
Hi, I'm Mary Lockman. I live at 3 Glenwood Court. I'm one of the property abutters at 428 Bethmore. We, as a group of neighbors, have come together because we believe that this is an ill-conceived project by the owner of the land to make some money fast, to make more money than he would if he sold it off in lots for housing. There are wetlands. We are concerned about the wetlands. We're concerned about the environmental impact. We are concerned about the eastern box turtle, which exists in this area and is a species of special concern for the state of Connecticut. We are concerned about our wells. This is a very tightly housed area in Bethany. Yeah, okay, you say it's 21 acres. It goes straight back. It's completely surrounded by houses. And if you look at any other plot throughout the state of Connecticut where they put in solar fields, it's not this densely housed. So we would welcome the town's efforts to help us with this. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Jim Pecca, 18 Rolling Green Road, Bethany. And I also would like to register my objections. 29 years ago, we moved in. We understood that the property behind us could be developed as residential property. I get that. I understand that. I have no problems with a few houses going in there. If you look at the plan for this solar farm, which is down in the land use office, I believe, because of the wetlands sitting in the middle of the property, they have to split the project. That tells you right then and there, this is the wrong property for that project. And yes, this company puts in solar farms all over the place, all over the country. They put them in commercially zoned properties, not residentially zoned. This landowner, whether he did due diligence or whether he had this plan in his mind originally when he bought this property, may not have accounted for the wetlands. So that makes it an inappropriate site. Now, nighttime lighting. I have a telescope. Thank you very much. Water. Herbicides, don't tell me there is a safe herbicide out there. How are you going to maintain your vegetation? Then we got lubricants for the moving solar panel. Noise and reflections. We've got proposed high voltage lines running up to a substation. Where have you seen substations in the middle of residential neighborhoods? You don't. You see them in commercial. So I would like to register my objection, and I will do everything in my legal power to stop this project.
Hello, I'm Joni Black, 14 Glenwood Court. I agree with what has been said beforehand about this project. I'd like to preface it by saying that I am very much in favor of solar. I have solar in my house. I work at Southern where over the parking lots, they do solar carports, which are amazing because it covers your car without, being closed into a parking garage. So I'm not against solar, but this is a commercial endeavor in a residential area. And I would suggest that we all think about where we live, not just Rolling Green, Glenwood Court. In fact, I may not even be able to see it from my house, but what I do know is if any of you look out your window and see lots of trees, but you don't own all of that property, this project could open the doors and ideas for other people to say, hey, we don't need these acres, maybe we can make some fast money. And I'm not sure we really want to do that in Bethany, especially when you're talking about the amount of foliage that has to get cut down and the impact it's going to have on our environment. And the point is there's plenty of places for people to add solar. Every building in the town has it. That's wonderful. You can put them over carports. There's other places to do this. And this project is not going to benefit any of the townspeople directly. Do that. And I shouldn't say any, it'll benefit one person, I'm sure, who's renting the land out or selling it. But it is something that we really need to consider before we make this kind of decision. And what I'm hoping is that the Board of Selectmen will support us in trying to stop this from happening. It's just really a bad idea for our community. Thank you.
Hi, buddy. My name is Sean Foley. I live in 11 Glenwood Court. I lived there for 15 years, but before I lived there, I grew up in Bethany. So I've been in Bethany forever, it seems like. So I know what Bethany is like. It's rural. You can kind of know everybody when you grow up here because you went to school with them. And it's a really nice place. I love where I live. I know I don't own the land behind my house, but I used to know, I guess August Krupin used to live there. And I think it was his brother-in-law, Bud. He used to come on the weekends and he would mow the field behind my house on a riding mower, which is insane because it would take forever. I mean, it wasn't like farm equipment, but he would come out there and then that meant that my kids could play out there in addition to, I think even Joni's kids.
Yeah.
I've been able to enjoy how it looks and having that abut my property, but this proposal, it's like what everybody's saying, it just doesn't make sense for Bethany because it's a residential area. And there's so many other places where this could go and be effective. One of the things that was interesting to me is that when they first sent out a letter to all the abutters, they said this is a green energy project. And the first thing we're going to do is cut down a bunch of trees. It just didn't make any sense. So what I would like is for the selectmen to consider the impact of this on Bethany, like you did have zoning approval for it, just to get your head in the mindset of what we're looking at. I mean, I don't have the authority to cancel this project or have authority over whether it happens or not, but I can speak out, and so can every one of you. And if you think this is something good for Bethany, I'd like you to reconsider. And if you think it's not, everybody should speak up. In conclusion, notice that there's a lot of people here that are signed in on the attendance list, but aren't on the speaking list. And if everyone who's here, you're this close to getting on the record. So just come up and say your name, your address, and you object, and we need help. So if everyone can do that, that'd be great. Thanks.
Ted, I knew you wouldn't disappoint.
Absolutely. My name is Ted Kramarchuk. I'm at 41 Glenwood Court. I might be the one greatly impacted because my house is set back very far from the road. Everybody else is closer than me. I'm literally going to be, when they say it's in your backyard, it's going to be about 75 feet away that I get to look at a solar panel out of the kitchen window. So besides that, my well is in the back. I've got a slide hill and upgrade. And I'm deeply concerned over what chemicals they're going to be using on these solar panels. And the cleaning mechanism that they use and what will happen when the water does run down, because it's going to go downhill. Everything does. And it may affect my property to such a degree that 30 to 40% of a deduction, if I want to sell, that could literally kill me in the long run if I start having water problems here. So my request to the board is please look at this. I am with everybody else here with the same impact and concerns and so forth. That's really about all I can say. I'm totally opposed to it. Totally opposed. So thank you.
Hello, I'm Cynthia Pecca, 18 Rolling Green Road, and I would just like to agree with everybody on what we said. My biggest concern is the herbicide pesticide. Not to get into anything medical, but I am a cancer survivor, and the last thing I want in my well water is chemicals. So I would really, really appreciate if the Board of Selectmen would get behind this and consider it a really negative impact to the residents. Thank you.
My name is Cassie Forcier. I'm a resident of Smasden, Andrew, at 432 Bethmore Road. We are directly, if you're looking at the property, 1428 Bethmore, we are directly to the left of the property. Our biggest impact is going to be, we're going to have a substation 50 feet from our child's playset with high voltage power lines. And I've already spoken to our pediatrician about her concerns for our children. I think we're the only ones with little kids. Right? We're the only ones with the little kids around.
No,
They have-
my neighbor.
Yeah, no, we have,
Well,
children's class. It will negatively affect my family. We will hear it, we will see it. I've lived in Bethany my entire life. I'm sorry, I'm very emotional. I've been to my wedding.
Okay.
I love this town. I came back for a reason. And it scares me to death to think that the effects of this could hurt my children. And I'll be honest, I have considered if this goes through that I will sell my property and leave because I can't the memories. So I do hope that everyone, I've heard a lot of people in Bethany around town have shared our objections. They do not want this coming to our rural town, and I hope that everyone supports us. Because this could go to anybody's backyard. And it's a residential zoning that they're trying to make into a commercial facility to make money. So I really hope that everyone can support us. And I know that there's nothing that the town can do per se, but to have the support from you guys would mean a lot. Thank you.
Jim Seaton, 485 Bethel Road. I think out of everyone here at the meeting, except maybe one or two, I've lived in town my entire life, 58 years. I knew Augie Krupian. My father knew Krupian. My grandfather knew Mr. Krupian. He's rolling in his grave right now, thinking about what's going on to this property. My son lives down in Texas. He works for a company that does this exact same work. Right now, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. They're saying it's gonna be great, oh, it's gonna help everyone. Baloney. The property joins up to Pine Brook, which starts in the back of my property, goes down, then connects up with Bladen's Brook, and then runs right into the Naugatuck River. So imagine if they have a huge spillage of whatever that's going right there, it's ending up in Long Island Sound. You will be seeing trucks going in and out of there 24/7. It's not that large of a property, but it still needs continuous maintenance. If you think you have a tree on your property, say goodbye to it. It's gone. They're gonna be putting up a 20-foot fence all the way around it. They have to for security reasons, because people are all opposed to what these things look like and when they're done. That's not the best thing I've ever known. My father knew, my grandfather knew, or any relatives know. It is horrible. The town can make a stand. I remember years ago, they tried to put a cell phone tower in the middle of Naugatuck State Forest. The town stood up against the siting council. We have to stand up against them again this time. Thank you.
I agree with everything. Everything has been said, obviously.
Your name, please.
Oh, Dominic Scaramuzino. And one thing that hasn't been mentioned is I've looked over 3 proposals in 3 different towns. And what they claim at the end of the proposals, that after a 25-year lease, that they're going to return the land back to where it was before. And that's impossible, because they've already made their mark on it. And they're probably gonna leave it up to the taxpayers to clean it up. And that's just something that may happen, I think will happen, and I'm very concerned. That's all I have to say.
Is there anyone else? Okay. I'm actually going to be pausing the recording, and I'm going to need a motion from one of my selectmen for us to enter into executive session. And then I will list off the people we're going to invite into executive session. We will go down to the commission room. You are welcome to hang. That's certainly up to you. I don't know how long we will be in executive session, and then once we come out, we will continue with the rest of the agenda for the meeting. So may I have a motion to go into executive? Second. Any discussion? I don't think so. All in favor? Aye. Okay, I'm going to pause the recordings. Okay, we have left executive session, and for those diehards that hung out,
we have established that at this point in time, we technically cannot do anything. Don't panic. We have to wait till an application is actually filed before we can move forward to figure out how we will assess and try to move forward to protect the town. Okay, so I don't want you to think we're not doing anything. We now physically have to wait until an application is filed. Okay, so once we get notification on that, then the executive session will reconvene and we will establish how we can move forward in the process. Okay, we are going to do our best to protect the town. Okay, and you can continue to reach out to Melanie Bachman and send her letters and emails and share the love. And okay, but at this point in time, until we physically have an application that has been filed, we can't do anything because we have nothing to work against. So, okay. So I hope that kind of helps. And I know it's been a very emotional evening for everyone, and it's an emotional situation, and I get that and I understand that. But we will do our best to protect the lovely town. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for coming,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you for hanging out and taking the time. Ooh, I'm thinking. Just, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my goodness. That was weird. Okay. Sit gingerly here, or it's gonna do it again. It's doing
No, it's
I think it's a broken chair. Okay, we are going to continue with the agenda. Next, we have approval of minutes. We have the April 3rd special meeting, which was actually our regular meeting, but had to be rescheduled because of the public hearing for the budget. We have April 10th, which was a special meeting, and we have April 24th, which was a special meeting. So do we want to do them cumulatively together?
Sure.
Unless you have any.
I like to do it separately.
Individually? Okay, do I have a motion for the April 3rd special minutes?
So I do have a question.
Hold on, so moved.
Yes, so moved.
Okay, while you're doing
Is this
that, just to
different?
give you, the referendum passed.
Okay.
In Bethany?
Bethany was 295 yes, 147 no. Woodbridge was 427 yes, 300 no. Orange was 524 yes, 361 no.
You know that already. Wow, 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, this is a yes, no vote kind of thing. It wasn't like the municipal election, so just so you know, that's what the results were for that.
Unless you need me for items 8 and 9, I'm gonna go.
You are good. You are good. Thank you, Brian.
Good night. See you guys. Thanks.
Okay, Liz, did you have any corrections for the?
Yeah,
April
there
3rd?
was one thing and I'm trying to find it.
A typo or a,
It was a phrasing,
okay,
okay, hold on. It had to do with regard to the chief and his words. And saying it was an informative or something like that. It was very thorough and informative. And that was noted in the minutes that I received, that I'm looking at.
provided the Board of Selectmen with a
I think it was-
clear and detailed presentation.
Yeah, the clear and detailed, I don't think that's appropriate, because I think it's opinionated to say that. I think it doesn't belong in the minutes to say clear and
Or,
detailed.
or take out the clear and just the detailed presentation, I mean.
I
it was
wouldn't even
pretty
say that, I would
extensive.
just.
A
provide
presentation?
Yeah, that's
With
what
a
I would do.
presentation, so take out clear and detailed.
Yes, that's what I would do.
Okay. All right, any other corrections or
Nope,
motion to accept the April 3rd special meeting minutes as amended with that one correction?
Sure.
Second.
Second.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, perfect. The April 10th special meeting minutes? Any comments, questions, or well, actually, we need a motion first to approve.
So moved.
Second,
second,
okay, any corrections to those?
no,
Okay, all in favor of approving those April 10th minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, unanimous.
Special minutes for the 24th. Any, a motion first, sorry.
Motion to approve the
I'll
minutes.
second.
Second, okay. Any comments, questions, corrections? No, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Perfect. Okay, we do have some tax refunds. I don't know who had them and who didn't when we walked in, listed. Did I give you one?
I have one right
You
here.
have one right there. Here.
So I will make the motion, that's since I have it right here. I'm just gonna read it, I'll give it back to you. So I'd like to make a motion to tax refunds in the total amount of $1,449.63.
The second list.
I second.
Any comments or questions with regard to the tax refunds? No? All in favor? Aye. Cemetery deeds, we do have 5. Liz, I don't think you got this listed, but I did, because we had 5 deeds this time, I tried to consolidate to shorten it up, make it a little easier to approve. So we have James and Geraldine Cullinan, grave number 6 at lot 67, and graves 5 and 6 at lot 68 in section C. Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Next one is Florence B. Johnson, graves 2 and 3, lot 61, section C. Motion to approve.
I make motion to. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Shelley Losty, grave number 6, lot 45, section C. Motion, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Robert Merrick, graves 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, and 44, row B South, row C North, area D. Motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Last one, John Norback, grave number 6, lot 1, section C. Motion,
Make a motion to approve.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Hi, just so you know, Merrick's were a new purchase, while Losky, Norback, and Cullinan are old ones that had not received their deeds previously. And Johnson was a correction due to an encroachment on Cullinan, so they had to realign that.
And we have, because they're separate properties, we have to do each one. We can't say all. Just
Right,
like
Because
one.
there's
motion.
separate sales.
Just say all those noted on the May 2nd cemetery deeds, and then say the names. and
I
take
mean,
one
you
vote,
could, if you, I mean,
Instead of doing it individually.
file each one. Each one is filed, I mean, it is, they're all separate deeds, so we do, you know,
Okay.
have it on
Just
record that
saying
each one was
there's
filed, that was
any,
approved
okay.
separately.
Just to move it
Um,
along.
so we've approved all 5 of those, so I will take care of that tomorrow with Will.
Okay.
Next item is the appointment for Inland Wetlands Commission for Judith Smith as an alternate. Chris Sullivan had recommended her forward as she's been attending, I guess, several meetings. And is interested in being an alternate on the commission, so
God
Chris
bless
has
her.
recommended.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, good, second, any other comments or questions?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, I will let Chris know tomorrow and do this so she can come and be sworn in as an alternate. Okay, the Dennis resolution, you have a copy this is something we do every year. We get some funds from Homeland Security for small projects through the Emergency Management Department. So this basically is just authorizing me to be able to sign the resolution so that we can, Mike Katzmark can move forward with any funding through Homeland. It's not really a lot of funding that we get, but they need to have on record that we have an approved resolution.
And this is the resolutions for Will Britton. to
It's right, it
sign.
should be item
Oh,
number
it's, yeah.
7.
No, but it's for Will Britton. to sign.
Right, right,
okay.
so it's, yeah, he
No, I thought
pretty
you
much
said for
signed
you to
off on
sign.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Well, I sign other documents for them, but this.
Yeah, no, so
Yeah.
I will make you recommend a
See, because if
motion
you notice
to,
this, it says authorizing me.
Yeah, no, I'll make a motion to approve as written.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now, once again, we come to the resolution for the South Central Regional Water Authority for the service that they provide down at Longwood. And we have done a lot of due diligence in this area right now and found that it was actually more fiscally responsible to renew this
Keep it as is.
resolution with them because we looked into another company who did,
Right,
like you could line them up to come once.
yeah, I
It was
know. they are.
actually more expensive for them to come that one time than to renew this
They
for the
usually do big-
entire
big
3 years.
municipalities,
Yeah.
we're too little.
Well,
Yeah,
they're more than happy to come to Bethany, same company, more than happy, 7,000 just to show up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they have some issues anyway. so.
yeah. So I need a motion to authorize me and Will taking care of this and signing off.
Oh, the only thing is the
To
mattress
renew.
thing you have here, what's for that?
I'm sorry?
Oh, the mattress,
That's
we have
not-
A here.
Oh, I will
Yeah.
explain that.
Separate?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a separate thing.
Okay,
So this is renewing for 3 years, July 1, 23 to June 30, 26.
Mhm.
So motion to,
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
and the second, any other questions or comments?
Nope.
No, all in favor?
Aye.
The mattress piece was just basically, we had the conversation when we started about this other service. And Woodbridge was asking if they could have people come and bring their mattresses up to here because they have a transfer station. They really don't have a facility to.
where will we
Bring
put,
mattresses.
where will we put the mattress?
We have a, there-
We have a container.
there's a Connex box at recycling. That it's free, whoever does the mattress thing at the state level or whoever brings us a box.
Just throw them in the, okay.
Right.
I mean, we have plenty of room.
Clean, dry mattress,
Yeah,
stack it up when the box is full, they take it away.
Yeah,
at
I'm
no
fine, I just
charge,
wanna make sure we have.
and they
space,
bring
right?
it
but
back.
they also have that with the hazard waste people. They do an occasional twice a year, whatever. They have it on a weekend where Bethany residents
We can
can
go
go
there
down. They
instead
let
of-
us know. We can advertise that
Yep.
they can go to Woodbridge as
Yep.
opposed to going all the way down for that particular
Mhm.
weekend.
Right,
So that basically was just an update as far as,
okay.
kind of a share type of thing with the mattresses done. Okay, so we approved that. The Russell Road, just an update. We did sign the letter of intent. So that is on the call for the town meeting on the 15th for approval for the purchase. Then we will go forward from there, do any kind of search, title search and such. So that there aren't any issues with that. Because that is abutting the 38.5
Right,
acres that the land trust is getting through the Giovanelli, if I said it correctly.
right.
Trust.
Yeah.
So that will abut.
Yeah,
to
that's
that.
nice. Yeah.
So, yeah, Conservation Commission was very enthusiastic about it. That's why we moved quickly to get that letter of intent signed. It's a was it binding 60-day, couldn't think of the word, non-binding 60-day letter.
All right.
So we are all set with that. We once again have the ethics policy in here for approval, and the reason it was created was because one of the grants that we had applied for, and actually there's more than one grant that usually asks for this policy. We sort of stole it from Orange. And we updated it for Bethany so that we can have a policy in place, obviously to include with grants when the
Yeah.
ones that require it, and just to have it on the books as a policy.
So I went over it and it's from Orange from 2004. But you removed the thing about the commission, having a commission. And also changed the name of it from ethics code to ethics policy. Can
Because
you
right now,
just talk about that?
Ordinance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that, but also removing the language for the, why we don't want a commission, we don't at this time or not?
Well, because we made it a policy and not an ordinance, figured that we would start as a policy. And then eventually we would. So. Because we needed this for purposes of
One of the grants.
one of the grants.
Yeah.
So we wanted to just put this in place. I'm gonna say more quickly. So that we could be kind of in compliance with a grant obligation.
Right.
And then we thought, once we had it in place as a policy, then we could eventually kind of bring it forward to a town meeting in the form of an ordinance and kind of make it
Okay.
more robust, like the orange one.
I think it's a good idea. I
Yeah.
have two comments, one about the verbiage on page 2. And it does say in here that everywhere it refers to he, it means he and she, and nowadays, as you probably know, there's a gender neutral language, and it doesn't look too bad except for one section where it says business with which he is associated, and and his family, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if you could revise that somewhat to make it more neutral.
Well, it's funny, I'm involved in an external organization where we're starting to change the words to people instead of he or she,
Right.
right? So to avoid the issue. Completely,
Right.
right? Because you can't be offended if you just say people.
I'm fine with that. It's just this one section which kind of sticks my craw. Capital HE and
'Cause we're all
his
people.
family. Yeah.
You're he or she, for the
Yeah.
most part.
So,
So,
so, I mean, that's, again, normally we put in a clause that say if it's he, it's meant to be he or she.
and it does say that,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's this particular recital here, which is
So,
kind of.
so
arcane.
I can make it say it, and it could, it can be he, she, or it.
It does say he, she, all over the place,
They-
but this
they're
section doesn't.
associated.
Yeah, I mean, I would say people. Yeah. at this
Yeah, and I
point,
think
because
it's probably
that's-
safer to do that, otherwise we're
Because
gonna have to go
people
back.
are gender neutral.
Right.
So, I think I'd be safer with that if we're going in that direction.
Yeah, probably it'd be less wear and tear down the road if we do it now.
Depending on
It's
the.
plural
Right,
or
right, right.
plural.
Well, of course, of course.
Yeah.
And one other comment,
person is
on
associated.
federal grants and everything, there is something which is a grant recipient guide to code and conduct. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen that, but should have a copy of that for on hand here for grants. It's the federal guidelines for ethics. Talks about that, and to sign off and say that we have it on hand, could even refer to it in this document.
So do you want to table this again until we change the,
Have we
Some of
applied
the
for the grant
verbiage
already?
here?
Is which grant was looking for this?
gosh,
Okay.
was it?
He's probably, yeah, you just have to
No.
have something.
Was the Cabrera funds.
Oh, the Cabrera.
Was the
Okay, so
Cabrera
we
funds.
need to get this.
We,
we need to get this
we
done.
submitted this
This particular one.
in
this
its
is-
draft stage with the Cabrera grant
As it is presented here right now is how it was.
As a draft.
as a
Yeah.
draft.
All right, okay.
So I would like to move to accept this as written. If you would like to make the change from he, she to people,
Or person.
I don't understand the
depending
whole
on-
concept, but that's fine.
Are you saying that you do or don't?
No, if you want to, if you want
wants
to change
accept
it to
as written,
people
but then
instead
we
of
can-
he or she, then
Maybe we make a
Moving
motion
forward,
to
make
change
a-
it.
make a change.
So make it gender neutral.
Right.
yes.
Okay,
I think,
I understand.
yeah, your other employees around here would probably like that too.
Okay, I understand.
Um,
Okay,
Because it
so
is kind of like-
approving it with the provision of making it
Gender
gender neutral.
right.
Okay.
And maybe make a note in the minutes too that we should get grant recipient guide to code of conduct for federal grants, because Cabreras, Rosa Dolores do come from CBDG funds, and those are. Yes, you have to have it, that's all, you just have to have it.
Want to repeat it one more time, you got it.
Where's the federal guidelines?
It's called Grant Recipient Guide to Code of Conduct.
I'm pretty sure we've already signed off on that.
You
with the
have
Steve
it?
Grant.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And they also have this silly thing here too, which says integrity bulletin. It's also put out by HUD and, for grantees, all that sort of stuff. If you have a section in your notebook for grants, you have it there. So that when it comes to do the audit, there it is. See, and the town has one too, and it's gender neutral, see?
Okay, so we will, we have a motion to accept as amended with the appropriate changes. You have seconded?
Yeah.
Yes?
Okay.
Any other comments or questions or as such? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. We are still waiting on acceptance of Clifford Drive, so that is still on hold. The gift to the town, they have the information. I am still waiting to hear back from them if they want to proceed. So. Okay. Leslie, you want to give us an update on the provider?
We have a fiduciary in place
And he will have proposals to me by the end of this week for bookkeepers. We are on target to accept first donation / contributions from the town and employees by July 1.
And then grants are next, so would you like the pleasure?
Well, right now, there's still about $250,000 in unallocated funds for ARPA, so we are looking for projects to complete that. There is a potential for one coming to us, but I'm not going to go into that until I actually have a formal written proposal. Steep Donna is working on spending the money that we've been approved to do. A lot of the work is started. Most of the paving is complete. It's the finishing touches on the paving that needs to be done. The guide rails are a work in progress, and as soon as we have the invoices that we can submit, we will be submitting for reimbursement on that. We are waiting on the final funding contract for the Cabrera funds. We have submitted everything. We're just waiting for that paper to come through that said sign here and we will send you the money. Or we will allow you to start spending the money and we will reimburse you.
Can I ask a question? Do we have a new sound system in that town hall thing, like
We,
in Roses?
we-
For the town, for the gym?
we have, it is part of the Cabrera funds, and yes, we have multiple quotes to do it.
But, like, we've been having such trouble. It's very embarrassing when we have
It-
meetings. I
And
It-
when I get the money to spend, we'll have
He's
as far as state of the art as we want to go, sound and audio.
Might
video
it not
system.
be a bad idea to have an acoustical engineer?
It's already done.
We've
Okay,
had people coming in.
good.
Not on
Yeah,
retainer,
good
it's I had
advice, so we don't
acoustical
screw up.
engineers come in and design systems for us.
Right, because this has been an issue. Yes, it has.
For this room and the gym.
Okay, so it's included in that money.
Yes.
Right. So can't come soon enough. It's been a year. It's been a year. Imagine if we were in interest on it. Let's see, Dolores Funny, we are.
We're working the engineering scope and the banking requirements in order to get for them to start sending us some funds and us to get, it will be reimbursement.
That's reimbursement, okay.
I'm pretty sure it is reimbursement that changes with every new document we get. Though, so.
Wow.
Well, we have a bid opening on the 10th to start spending some of the money, so.
Yeah. And the trip grant has been submitted. We have acknowledgement from Scrog that it was turned in. We also have acknowledgement from DOT that it was turned in.
Correct.
We should know by early summer.
Yes.
He said a check should be cut by July.
And that is money up front.
Yes, I was.
That is not reimbursed.
We get it.
No, and the total price on that wound up being about $430,000.
Yeah, that might come in really quickly. if
They
you-
told us we'll have
We're the
if
only
we
ones
get
eligible
approved,
for it, so.
we'll have a check by July 1st and I'm ready to start work.
Here, they have to.
July
Yeah.
2nd.
Mhm.
Contractors are in place.
Yeah.
May I
You have something
ask a
to,
question?
yeah.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Is this on the agenda for the town meeting?
The trick one?
Yes.
We got,
We got
the last meeting, we got
approval
approval to apply for it.
Yes, but no, now we need to approve the project.
Well, the call for the town meeting does approve the use of the funds if we receive them
This at the
to
next.
do, yes,
Round
or to
Hill.
do Round Hill
That's-
Road.
I
We,
just want to make sure.
we phrased it to approve the project and the use of the funds, assuming receipt of them.
Perfect.
Yes, we covered it for the trip grant. Absolutely, we
Yeah,
covered it.
so as soon as the money comes in, we can start. That's good.
Yes.
Did everybody get their mailing of the town meeting?
I didn't
The
see the
booklet?
mail today. That didn't
Oh,
come
you know what?
Yes.
It was mailed yesterday, so
Okay.
hopefully will be
think so.
today or tomorrow, so it was.
So
supposed to
will
be
it
mailed
go,
yesterday.
will it go up on the website and the,
It should have been, they were.
So
going to
the
do it,
other
and everything was
material
supposed to
was
be done
removed?
as of yesterday.
I will confirm that it is,
Should come down.
I will
Yeah.
confirm that it is on the website.
Yeah.
I'll confirm that in the morning. I'll
Because
make sure
Other
everything,
stuff
yeah.
comes down.
Yes.
It's really important.
Because everything was supposed to be aligned with May 1st, because it went in the newspaper. It was to be mailed yesterday from the printer. And then I handed in the, which actually we signed tonight, the hard copy notice to Will and everything, so it was all earmarked for 2 weeks out, because I don't trust the postal service to timely deliver things, so we wanted to make sure we abided by the town code, no less than 5 days, so. So we should be good with that, everybody should get it within the next day or two, if they don't have it today. Simpson property, once again, waiting on the survey to be finalized by Deep. So, very frustrating, it's been months, as you all know, because we say the same thing every month, still waiting. So, but you have reached out to Allison again, so we're in holding pattern.
Can we go the ladder a little bit? Copy
Yes,
somebody
I
else?
did.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
been trying, so. Before I do my other business, Liz, I know sometimes you have some stuff that you like to bring forward.
No, that was
I
it.
have one,
Oh,
just to keep Liz in the loop.
Ooh,
We went up for a bid for propane
oh,
for
you
the
beat me
next
to it, okay.
3, 4, or 5 years, depending. It's 3 years with 2 years of town option. We haven't gone out to bid in propane as far back as, who knows, could have been 10, I don't know. So we got locked in, right now, it's 25 cents over the Selkirk pipeline price. Which means nothing, obviously, to you guys.
yeah, I don't.
However, right now, we will be getting delivered at $1.27 a gallon.
Okay, that's good, I guess.
Well, because
Well,
Paying-
we're paying like $2.50 right now.
Oh, yeah.
And
From-
this-
where
the
were we
Selkirk,
getting
we're getting it from Dependable and Prospect, but we're
Right,
getting it from
right,
them
right.
forever,
Yes, yeah.
because we just never went out to bid for the last 10
Oh,
years.
not good, not good.
So, according to these people I spoke to, the Selkirk pipeline, a week after the Russian invasion of Ukraine,
Ukraine.
it went to $1.25, so we would be paying $1.50 a gallon at the height of the panic. So we'd be saving, we're gonna save a lot of money.
Not to be a dead horse, but the paving, I know they did Bethany Farms, they drove
Bethany
around.
Farms
Very
is
nice.
done except for the back curbing on one road and backfilling of the curbing. on the
and that's a
side.
different crew that comes in to do that.
Yes,
And how come they have a nice smooth surface and my road is all bumpy? Remember we were talking about different types of, Clay Road has got the, little rocks in it and.
Clay Road, some roads were chip sealed.
They put on Carriage Drive, used to look like Beth.
Yes, they were chip
Then they
sealed.
came back in and they messed it up.
Right,
and
what
made
they
it
do,
bumpy.
what the typical process is, you pave a road. And then given amount of years later, depending on the process, the road.
Are they gonna come back and Bethany Farms and put little
Well,
rocks in it now?
possibly in 10 years, you don't know.
Not now, it's newly.
So what
paved.
happens
They
is-
don't
No,
do
it was
that.
new and paved, it was 6 months old. Or less, 3 months, and then they came back in
And
and,
chip sealed your road?
yeah, go drive down there.
Really?
I think it was a mistake, I think they were supposed to stop at Clay, they kept going straight across.
Oh,
It's
How
possible.
long was that?
when did it, was that?
This was a
While back?
while ago, yeah,
Okay.
neighbors
Okay.
were not too happy.
Well, that's the process though. Once the road is paved, given amount of years later, you chip seal it.
To preserve it a little bit.
Well, given
longer.
amount of years later, you crack seal it. Once cracks start forming, because that's
And
just, that happens.
Tilson, that money's gone,
It's okay.
all right,
The 8 minute, yeah.
right, took on, and we are gonna go out to bid, I know you explained that, Tilcon can do it all, because they're
Yes,
big,
yes.
they're very big. But, can we break it up in pieces anyway and go out to bid since it is the most significant purchase the town makes? Shouldn't we be doing that?
Right now, there's no money. If we had money, we can go out to bid, yeah. The next batch of roads we do
Have to be after July
have to be
1st,
after
too.
July 1st. And as far as going out to bid, we use Tilcon off the state website, and we did find out they have the best price for the best.
And the best
The
work.
best bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Like I explained to you, O&G won the contract on the paving portion. But not the milling and not the handwork. So we'd have to get 3 different contractors involved. And Woodbridge tried that and they were unpaved for like 5 months.
Months, yeah.
They milled them and they had to get Warren Luciano to pay because the contractor did not get there. So
It's
I'm very happy with
different
it.
companies, in other words, yeah.
Tilcon does it all, so it just.
And
makes
they
a
do
smoother
it,
process.
It's gorilla, so it kind of, they're stifling competition.
well, O&G's bigger, well, they're stifling companies, but you need to be a certain size company to do the work properly. You can't just get, like, we used to use whatever one in SNS or whatever they were, they're a
Yeah.
small little company, and we had issues, the roads were falling apart, it's just,
Mhm. Okay.
you get what you pay for,
Mhm.
like anything else.
The airport looks fantastic, and Center Station
It
will be,
does,
will be
it does.
backfilled on the right, because you see it's.
We're waiting for the guardrail to be installed, we're installing a new guide rail. And then we're gonna backfill and get some curves on.
If the tower is in such bad shape as Sharon was saying, and the Boy Scouts gonna work on it, could we use ARPA money to make a better tower?
They're actually getting money from the Lions Club, and a certain gentleman's giving them some money.
Which should really be torn down.
It's not a very good building. He's gonna make it look good, he's gonna make it safe to walk up the stairs.
Yeah, more of a.
He wanted the
safety
sheetrock,
net.
he wanted to insulate, there's no reason to sheetrock or insulate, there's no heat, there's no water, there's no,
It's just safety.
It's just
somehow.
well, nobody goes in the building. I mean, this is,
So the Lions took the light bulbs?
there's no light fixtures.
No, he said there were fixtures, but no bulbs.
No,
I think there's
No, no.
boxes and wires, that's
there's
it.
no wires,
there's boxes.
there's a couple wires, most of what they did, they nailed the blue box to
Yeah,
the rafters
Yeah.
and walked away.
oh,
There's no wires going to them, there's no unsafe conditions.
but it's just not finished,
It's just a
Basically
storage, it's a
unfinished.
storage building,
basically.
that's all it is. It's a
Okay.
storage building.
Well, we'll keep tabs on his project.
I met with him a couple
Yeah.
times, we met with the whole slew of people over there, and he's got some ideas. He had a lot more ideas, but it's, you don't insulate and sheetrock and paint an unheated building in Bethany, because it'll fall apart in the years.
Where's the glass?
Got the slab with sword.
The glass up there is okay, because they have those metal panels. over it.
Okay, let's, I have one last item. I received this email the other day. It's a voucher apparently for a free tree from the Regional Water Authority. It's a $300 in value. There's certain criteria. We get to pick the tree. Hold on.
We don't have trees in that.
To redeem your voucher, please send the following information to Kevin Watsy@our.water.com. Name of the town, contact information. We have two choices of the species of tree desired, where the tree should be delivered, and when the tree should be delivered. So I guess I would have to follow up as to actually what species of tree we have a choice of. And where we potentially think we might want to plant a tree. and when
Yeah, I
we
would
might
get
want to plant a tree.
recommendations from conservation and sustainable, those
Yeah.
people.
Let's see if there's a deadline on this. Hold on, let me make sure there
You
is
don't
a
want to
deadline.
get lost amongst the other trees.
Right. Oh,
We
this
did take
this
it over.
offer expires October
Right next to
31st,
Tony
2022, so we do
Oh.
have some time, but I'd like to. I'm sorry, it's getting late. It's been a long day. 2023, my apologies. So if we approve it now, then we have time to follow through and check with a tree, where,
Oh, yeah,
when.
no, I have no problem with
Yeah.
that. Just consult with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
who
I'll
know trees.
make a motion to look into it.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
into it.
I know.
Okay, to accept this, to
Yeah,
accept the
I-
voucher and follow through with
Yeah,
the
sure.
appropriate commission, conservation, or and see what kind of tree. I'll have to establish that. And when and where we potentially would like to plant it. Is there a time of year that's more
I don't know.
Fall.
fall better for trees?
I told
These thumbs are not green. so
Leslie that I was
don't
gonna
know.
be putting together a list of some of the things I've been signing off on. I had questions like solar stuff all over town, which you may already be looking at, but I did it, I don't know, when I first came on board after 6 months, and so.
All right, can we just vote on this first and then we
Yeah,
can?
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was
Yeah.
on the table. You voted.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I just want to just confirm that
Let's
we're
vote
gonna
it.
move forward with this and accept it and, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
all.
All right, perfect. The next hot item on the agenda is the motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye, and it is 8:45.
Mention the word
Thank
employee.
you, Connie, you're the last
Employee.
one
I'm
hanging in there,
changing
so
he or
thank
she
you.
To employee.
Sure.
I
Because
guess
person
what